And welcome back. Jumping the gun. We're at episode 12.
Yeah.
Number 12, babe. What do you say, Clings?
Let's get it.
All right, so we got the usual show. We'll start with People Lie, Numbers Don't. We've got our NFL recap and preview, our primetime picks with our Sexy Six. We got screwed this week, but it is what it is.
We were not sexy enough.
College football recap and preview. We'll talk some hoops and wrap it up with our big play parlay as usual. So, Clings, how was your weekend?
Good, man.
It's all right?
Yeah, me and the kids, we put up the Christmas tree. Uncle Kyle helped out a little bit.
Christmas time already?
Yeah. You know,
a little early.
You know how I get.
Now, a lot of people like it.
Don't be a Grinch, dude.
When I mean, me personally, I like it after Thanksgiving, but people like, after Halloween, getting that Christmas spirit. There's no rule book. Do what you need to do, brother.
How was yours? What'd you do?
It was all right.
What was that look?
It was good. I'm pissed off. There's so much. The Ravens fucked me.
I was about to say it's definitely a Ravens.
I missed out on $1,000 last night from Joshua Palmer. He didn't get me.
And then
I had him
C-Mac
for
as well.
25 yards. He got 23. Thank you, Josh. Josh
Shout
Palmer.
out, Jay.
Who's that?
CD Lamb.
Wild. No, it's Turpin.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, it's Turpin. Oh, there's a flag. Bring that
Flag.
shit back. We are watching the Texans-Cowboys Monday night football game. By the way, it's 14-0.
Second quarter underway. Every big play has had a flag.
Yeah.
Any hooter?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get this thing kicked off. People lie, numbers don't.
Let's get it.
I got Amon-Ra St. Brown, 11 targets, 11 receptions. Didn't drop one.
Nice.
161 yards.
He scored two, right?
And 2 touchdowns.
Twice he scored.
Yep, both of them.
All right, I got Saquon. Man, he's starting to be I'm going to stop picking him if he keeps doing this. But 146 for 2 touchdowns. And then I went over to Bo Nix. I think he's arrived, but 307 for 4 tutties.
Who was your last one to wrap it up?
Oh, man. Jared Goff, 412 yards and 4 touchdowns.
He wants his chant back.
He ain't getting it yet.
He's got to work for it.
Yeah,
we'll get there. To wrap my list up, I have Taysom Hill, 7 rushes, 138 yards, 3 touchdowns. 7 rushes, 138. That's nasty.
Did you say Taysom Hill?
And then 8 receptions for 50 yards. He was just doing it all. Ultimate football player.
Yeah, I had a feeling he would score.
I had Brock Bowers, 13 receptions, 126 yards, and a tutty for the rookie. And I had a 4th one this week. Just added another one.
Okay.
T. Higgins, 9 receptions, 148 yards, and a tutty.
I just got him in a fantasy trade, so I like it.
Nice.
For Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, so if you had those boys in fantasy this week, they helped you out big time.
Yeah,
I had 2 of them.
Nice. All right, let's move to the...
Get her kicked off.
I'm excited.
Week 11.
I need to get in on this one. So...
Hey,
Coop's in the house. He knows what we're about to talk about. We're talking about them birds. All right, we're talking about the Eagles beating the Commanders on Thursday night, 26-18. Eagles moved to 8-2. I called it a little bit last week that we were going to slow Daniels down. I thought we had the defense to slow them down. I was correct on that. Daniels only had 191 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. A key interception at the end of the game.
Yep.
Our defense is top tier. We won the turnover battle. I think that was the pretty much the tail of the tape.
Turnovers go a long way.
It was a pretty much smack in the mouth in the beginning, but no lead is safe in the NFL this year. So, of course, they claw back into it. Hurts had 200 yards, no turnovers again. So, I will say he's starting to – he didn't have no touchdowns, no tush pushes or anything like that, but no turnovers, took care of the ball, 200 yards.
Got to take care of the ball.
Yeah. Barkley makes us a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, he's making a case for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
It's going to be between him and Henry. Henry's having a good year as well, but with Saquon, I mean, he's just – looking different right now. He's moving different out there.
Moving different. You said it like week 2. He's moving different.
He looks faster.
Yeah,
Something
does
about
he look faster? Something
I
like
think
that?
he does.
So
about that Green?
Kelly Green. So we got into a little debacle last time about rookie quarterbacks in Philly. Jaden didn't make it out.
Nope, he did not make it out. And the stat that I brought last week, I looked back on it, and it wasn't completely true because it is, but it isn't. The stat what I was saying that he's 7-0 against teams below.
I get what you're. I think
it was
I get
at
what
the
you're about to say.
time.
At the time,
yes, yeah.
right? No,
like
100%.
the Cardinals they beat, but they were 4-4 at the time. Like they weren't above 500, but still, it's a good stat.
It's a good stat. It was a good stat. That's actually I have it on there. Are they frauds? Does that make them frauds?
I don't know if I'd say frauds.
I thought they played us not bad.
I mean,
I obviously I said it last week. No bias. I think we win. I think we're a better team.
Yeah, I was going to say I think it's more of a testament to you guys because you look at what Quinyon Mitchell is doing.
Quinyon Island. He's. You said it last week. Difference maker. I want to go back to that. You're right.
Yeah.
He's more.
I mean, he locked down Terry McLaurin. I mean, it seems
he's got a list of them. When
it's been every game. I mean,
yeah, we're gonna get a stat check on that when Kyle's ready. Kyle's getting his computer lit up.
Yeah, but it's he's playing very well. He should be in the conversation for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Haven't looked at the odds on that, so I don't know where that stands. But he is.
Can you bet on that?
Absolutely.
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, but I'm assuming his odds are probably way down right now.
So Quinyon Mitchell is definitely up there. These are the wide receivers he's locked down, and I'll just go from week 1 to week 11. Packers, he's held anybody on that team 1 reception, 6 yards. Drake London, 1 reception, 5 yards. Chris Olave, 2 receptions, 23 yards. Mike Evans, 2 receptions, 19 yards. Amari Cooper, 1 reception, 10 yards. Malik Neighbors, 1 reception, 9 yards. Jamar Chase, 2 receptions, 19 yards. The Jags team, 1 reception, 11 yards. Yeah, that's what they did. And then he held CD and Scary Terry to 2 receptions, 14 yards.
Yeah, so he's cooking right now.
He's one of those.
He was a nice find. He was a top cornerback coming out of the draft, but
facts. Like we already knew he was living up to the hype. He's living it up. Yeah. If not more, I'd say he's doing a little bit more.
So I told you I had something for this game.
Yeah, let me hear
that. Dude, that red circle, I don't know if you noticed it. They kept highlighting players before the play. My ADD ass can't.
Were you on? You were on.
I was watching on Prime.
All right, so Prime has 3 options.
Oh, that's fucking. I didn't know that.
They have a normal option. They have, I think, an Espanol option, and then they have a stat.
Well, no, it didn't. I know which one you're talking about. They didn't have the stats on the side, but they kept highlighting players, and I just kept looking at that fucking red circle
on it. Sometimes it don't show stats on the side or anything like that. But it does that.
Whatever it was, that red circle needs to get off my fucking screen.
We'll check it on Thursday. I'm gonna text you.
If I see that red circle one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind.
So
that's all I kept looking at.
What else you got on the Eagles? I just got that I'll hit on them more when we get to the preview. Let's move to. Go ahead. I'm gonna take a drink while you do this.
Steelers 18, Ravens 16.
Great defensive game though for y'all.
There's a lot to say. I could go on for days about this game. I'll try and keep it shorter so I don't bore y'all. But there's just a lot in this game that pissed me off. As I said to this week, it's just Tucker is a problem. We lose that game by 2 points. He makes one of those field goals. We win.
I wonder what's going on with him.
There's something. I don't know what it is. There's something. I don't know if it's the snap.
Jake Elliott, that's the one thing we didn't hit on with ours. Something's going on with the 2 best kickers in the league.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what's happening with Tucker. I don't know what it is, but it is an absolute problem. It's lost us a handful of games now. Defensively, I thought we played okay. That we held them to 6 field goals, no touchdowns. You should win most of those games, if not all of them.
Yeah.
Offensively,
I mean, 18 points on field goals, that's still rough. That means they were at least getting down. I don't know. You should win the game because no touchdowns, but 6 field goals, that's still 18 points.
So yeah, I'm not disagreeing. It's annoying as fuck. And offensively,
I said I was wrong on that. I said your offense was better than their defense, and
I think it is. I texted you earlier. I think we win 9 times out of 10 in that game. And we just happened to catch that one loss.
You do it every time with them. It's 1-4 Lamar versus
we're 1-8 in our last 9 meetings with them. We cannot. Granted, half of those games are.
I'm just counting with Lamar.
Granted, half of those games are RG3 at quarterback, Tyler Huntley,
right,
Anthony Wright.
That's why I'm only going to count Lamar.
Yeah, he's 1-4.
Yeah, 1-4.
It's very frustrating to lose a game like this where we certainly could have won. And I'll go to my grave saying that was a catch, not an interception at the end. I don't understand. Here, let me say this. I don't understand how.
It was a great play.
It was, but I don't understand how he can catch the ball in his hands, take 3 steps, go to the ground, ground can't force a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
His arm was up in there. The ball was on his elbow. So he goes to the ground. They hit the ground. The ball doesn't come loose until they hit the ground. So how can that become an interception? That's my only thing. If the linebacker had his hands on the ball, it would be a completely different story. He's got one arm in there. They hit the ground. When they hit the ground, the ball jostles loose. He grabs it. They call an interception.
I don't know if he was down all the way. That's all. That's what I was just trying to say. I think I watched a lot of time, just as much probably, because that's what we were watching. That's what the game was on. But when he was coming down, I know the elbow you're talking about. But
his elbow, his back, everything hit before that ball came out.
I feel like that ball was moving before anything even touched. While he was still in the air moving, that ball already started moving. You could see the backside of it.
I disagree.
His hand was still on it, though.
Yeah, that's my point. He had control of it until they hit the ground. That's my point.
I'm with you.
That's what I was getting at. I just don't see how he has control the whole time until they hit the ground, then it really comes loose. Like, right. I'm not going to say it wasn't moving when he was going down, like, sure, but I still think he had it in his grasp.
I think that's what they were trying to look for at any point for that ball to be moving so they could give it to the defender.
I don't know. I'll die on that hill. It's whatever.
Tough loss.
Just a game that we shouldn't have lost, and it is what it is. We'll see him again.
Yeah, I was definitely wrong on the offense. I look for Lamar to finally right that road.
It's
statement game, though. You said it was a statement game. So
statement game. The statement is we fucking suck and we got to get back to the drawing board.
So not Super Bowl?
No, I'm back off that. Until it doesn't matter what we do right now because
it must be a fun ride because you've already rode it like 3 times.
I'm going up and down this motherfucker.
It's a fun ass ride.
I'm gonna keep hopping back on.
This is the best ride in America.
Pause.
Hey, whoa! We're starting early tonight.
All I'm saying is,
say it.
We did the same shit we did for the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry had 13 carries whole game.
He's not good against Patty either. That's his other rival. He's not good against his rivals.
Who?
Lamar.
No, I don't care about that. I'm saying
you should.
The game plan was abysmal. We don't run the football. He gets 13 carries. Facts. We get to the fourth quarter. He doesn't touch it one single time. He had 0 carries. 0. And then you get to the 2-point conversion to tie the game up. He's not on the field. Why? Okay. Why not? If it's a 2-yard situation, I don't care if we're handing it to him or not. He should be on the field as a distraction.
A decoy.
Unbelievable.
Last thing I want to say with that
Sorry, I'm done.
No, you're good. We kind of texted back and forth on it. Lamar's decision-making, maybe that has to do with his big games. And I heard who's the Steelers commentator? Ryan Clark. I heard Ryan Clark hit on it. He's bad against his rivals. I want to say that's him in his own head. He needs to finally make that step and get out of that. Be Lamar.
I don't think it's him. The game plan was atrocious.
I'm not talking. He made 2 bad decisions, and we both hit on it. Where when he overthrew the ball, he should have ran it and just picked up the first down.
I mean, the throw was there. You got to make the throw.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the first decision you make is I got to get the first down. He should be playing these games. I don't know. I just think he's not. I think he gets in his own head in these big games, and that's why we see the bad play. It could be a little bit of both. You're the fan.
It is what it is.
You're the fan. I could definitely see the coaching and playmaking being a factor.
Yeah,
everybody's nervous in those games. The rival games, everybody. No one wants to make the fuck up call. You know
I just think we're better than them, and it sucks to lose this game.
I do too. I picked them. Shit.
Yeah, I mean.
No, I'm with you. All right, let's.
Yeah, we can move on that.
We beat a dead horse.
Lions 52, Jags 6. Lions dominated as they should.
So you said the spread was generous.
Yeah, for the Jags.
Very generous.
Yeah.
Jared Goff does not get his chant back, but damn, did he play a good game.
No, he had a hell of a game. So we agreed that he doesn't get the chant back until he does it against a better opponent.
Yeah, I'm still not all the way back on him yet.
Keep going. I wanted to look at something
because that's the Jags. I mean, it's 2-9. We already said you said it. We're not going to pick the Jags. I said it actually.
I said it. I said I'm not picking the Jags.
We're not picking the Rags the rest of the year. We should not pick the Jags. I said Rags a minute ago. Rags, Jags, don't matter. We ain't picking them bags. Lions bounce back in fashion. But it's the Jags, so
the Jags,
we can move off.
What I was looking up was Trevor Lawrence to see where he was at, and there's not really any updates, so they should just sit him at this point, get a better draft pick, chalk up this year because they're cooked.
They suck.
They're ass.
Yeah. We can just take whoever they play and put them on the sexy every time.
Yeah, that's the only thing, though, is the odds are going to suck.
Yeah, if it's over 400
which
something,
I think we're gonna deal with that
later.
We already looked ahead a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get on that. So let's move to that next one. We got the Rams beat the Pats 28-22. We both called the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
We said they needed a bounce back win.
I'm not sure what to make of them, to be honest.
We got them this week coming up.
Yeah, so I think that'll be a better
it's definitely a better test.
A better telltale of what they're going to be looking like the rest of the week or the rest of the year.
But Stafford, man, 4 touchdowns. Kupp had 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Puka had 123 and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Him with those 2 receivers, it's a different team.
And Kyron too, healthy. Like when they have all their playmakers, their offense is legit. I think their defense is the more concerning part.
Yeah.
Drake May is starting to look like the future there. I mean, obviously they drafted him to be the future.
He threw 40 times, 282 yards, 2 tutties.
Yeah.
He had a pick. He had a pick, but I don't think. I mean, if you're throwing 40 times and you're that young, you're probably going to get picked up.
I think like I said, obviously they drafted him to be the future, but I think you can be optimistic in building around him now. Seeing him play, I think he's the eye test. He's passing the eye test.
And we both like this game. I don't know why we didn't just pick them instead of that Seahawks and Niners.
Well, we both like the Niners. That wasn't the question. We were thinking about swapping out the Lions and the Rams to get better odds.
We should have been. We got to look at the opponents from now on, not so much the offensive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I'm still taking Niners over the Seahawks coming off a bye. Shanahan after a bye
over Rams over the Pats. Think about it now, Pats.
Yeah, I mean, but
I feel like the Pats are just so.
To your point, the odds, like we were trying to chase decent odds at least.
You're right. All right,
we're done doing that though. We're just gonna. Well, maybe we're gonna figure it out.
We're still gonna win. That's what we're gonna do.
We're looking for wins. Hey, we've only missed 3 out of 36.
Yeah.
So
we're not sweating it yet. So let's move to that the Aints game. Saints beat the Browns 35-14. They moved to 4-7. Browns dropped to 2-8. We both picked the Aints because we know the Browns are shit.
Yeah, like I said,
But Winston, he's still a slinger.
Yeah, no turnovers, 95 yards,
2 tutties.
Yeah,
deep one to Judy. Judy went off.
Yep. Judy had 6 receptions, 142 yards, and a tutty. The Browns, I think the more concerning part is that defense. Their defense is supposed to be that bright spot of their team, and then they let up 35 points to a struggling Saints team. I think that's not ideal if you're a Browns fan.
I think them and the Jets are on like kind of the same boat.
Yeah.
They had top defenses, and now they're just ass.
Yeah, nailed that. Yeah, 100%.
I want to give a shout out to our stat man, Kyle.
Shout out, Kyle.
He loves Taysom Hill, by the way. Right before the game, we were putting in a little parlay. We didn't want to touch this game, clearly, and I don't blame him for not wanting to touch this game. But I said if anybody was going to score, it was going to be Taysom. And boy, did he score.
He had 3 of them things.
138 rushing yards and a hat trick.
Yeah. Not
bad.
Honestly, he's the ultimate ball player. If he lined up at linebacker,
for sure, captain too. Kyle's seen that.
If he lined up at linebacker, I wouldn't be surprised. I think you could put him anywhere.
Facts. He's an athlete.
Absolute stud. Nice weapon to have.
Facts. Let's move to.
We got the Colts 28, Jets 27.
We're done.
Womp womp womp. We're so done.
So done.
Although I might have picked them this coming week.
Don't look. We'll keep that.
Wait, are they playing? I don't even know.
If I'm being real, I think firing Salah.
Robert Saleh?
Yeah, Robert Saleh. I think
Salah.
them firing Bob was a dumb decision.
Yeah.
He at least had their defense going in the right
I was going to say
direction.
that. I think
they've gotten worse.
He'll find himself a defensive coordinator job for sure. That's where he came from. He came from the Niners DC job to take that head coach job. So he'll probably get back into football as a DC because he is a very good defensive coordinator.
They've gotten worse.
Exactly.
How do you get Aaron Rodgers and Devontae and you get worse?
And the interim head coach is a defensive coordinator. Was their defensive coordinator.
So to me, it's clear what the issue is over there.
So, speaking of which, here's what I wanted to bring up for this game and ask you. I don't think that Rodgers will be back for the Jets. That's my jump in the gun. I don't think he'll be back.
Oh, I missed my jump in the gun on the Ravens Steelers. I got to come back to that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Go ahead.
Real quick, jump in the gun. Eagles beat both of them on our upcoming.
I hope you beat the Steelers.
I know.
Obviously, I don't want you to beat us.
Clearly, but I'm calling it. Jump in the gun. We beat both. We beat both. I think we're there. We'll see.
I like it.
Yep.
Anyways.
Back to your jump. Load your gun.
I'm thinking that Rodgers does not come back to the Jets. I don't think he's done with football. Like you said last week, I asked you if he hangs it up or comes back. If he doesn't come back to the Jets, where do you think he goes? I have people that need quarterbacks.
Okay.
We got Vegas, Giants,
Seattle.
Okay.
Giants.
Seattle is a good team that could use a better quarterback.
Okay.
Carolina, Tennessee. And I got a wild card for you so he can do the whole Brett Favre.
I need the wild
card. Go to Minnesota.
I could see Minnesota. Nah, I could see Minnesota more than anybody on that list. The first person, who's the first one you said? Vegas. Yeah, I don't see him going to Vegas just because Devontae just left there. Wherever he goes, he's going to try to bring his little butt buddy.
True.
Or at least one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the Vikings. I just don't know if the Vikings.
I don't
have that.
I don't know if the Vikings would either.
Him.
I just said it because of the Brett Favre. He went to the Packers, 100%. To the Jets, to the Vikings.
I'm trying to think of who else might need a quarterback.
I said
that's
Giants,
all of them.
Seahawks,
Giants,
and
maybe,
Carolina.
But they just paid Danny all that money.
They just benched him.
They only benched him because they're doing what you said with Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, keeping Danny Dimes would lose you games.
They don't care. They think they already made a bad enough call with losing Saquon. They need to do as much as they can right. And setting their guy that they're paying all that money to, might as well set him and look like they're protecting him.
I think it's more sitting him
because he sucks.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah. So where are you at? Do you think he goes back to the Jets? Do you think it's more likely for him to go back to the Jets or go to a new team?
I think he retires as a Jet. I think he gives it one more run with the Jets, and if they don't click or they don't do nothing, he's done.
Okay. All right. Other side of the ball, Colts. The Anthony Richardson.
I got nothing on the Colts.
All I have is that Anthony Richardson just runs. He's a force. I'd say that. He's a big motherfucker. He puts his head down and he'll run through your ass.
He's another Michael Robinson. I mean, but he's got an arm. I mean, Michael Robinson had an arm at Penn State.
Yeah, he didn't play in the NFL.
At quarterback, he did.
Yeah,
he came right in at running back.
Okay.
I don't think he ever played a down at quarterback.
So, not much more to say there. We can keep it rolling. We have the Vikings 23, Titans 13. Is Will Levis the future for the Titans? I know I just said that they might need a quarterback. Does he stay?
No.
I mean, they only used a second-round pick. I mean, obviously it's a second-round pick you wish you had
I think
back.
they're one of the guys that go for a quarterback. There's a lot of good quarterbacks coming out.
Yeah. I also don't know who's a free agent quarterback coming out this year. That's something we'll look into later into the season as those talks start going.
Never be scared of the Titans is what I got down on here.
Yeah,
I think that's another team like the Jags. If the odds are in our favor and we can get a win, I think we take it.
Yeah, there's a handful of teams that we can bet against the rest of the year and feel good about, but it's that odds.
Yeah. We don't want to flirt with no 500 odds. It's borderline.
We just did it
waste
minus
of money.
I think the Niners were minus 250 or minus 300 and they lost. It's like
you might as well just take the minus 180 chance that you already know in your head that's going to hit.
Yeah. So the Vikings.
Darnold with 246 and 2 tutties.
He's playing better. He's getting back into Sam Brady. I'm not going to give it to him, but I'm saying he's getting back there. He's getting back there.
He lost 2 games.
The Vikings, their defense.
Coop is not having a good night.
On the defensive side, they keep letting up big plays. That's their kryptonite. They had let up a 98-yard touchdown, and they've let up long TDs multiple times this year. Their defense has been pretty solid, but the big play has killed them.
Okay. I mean, they're 8-2. The record's still there.
They're at a fine spot. I'd like to be 8-2 myself.
It's not a bad spot over here.
It's not a bad spot.
I think the Vikes they're not. They're a playoff team, but they might get a win in the playoffs. It depends who they play, but I don't think they have a chance with the Lions.
Fair. That's fair. I can agree to that. Yeah, absolutely. Keep it rolling. We got the Dolphins 34, Raiders 19. Who's that for?
The Dolphins.
Oh, I thought it was a goat.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, no one's scapegoating over here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we both picked the Fins. I think Tua. I think he finally learned us a lesson. He's looking a lot better. He's making a lot better judgment calls.
Although last week he did go to make a tackle. He definitely should not do that.
Okay, I did not see that.
Yeah, you did, because they were playing Monday night, and I said he just made a tackle and got kneed in the head. You said, is he crip walking yet?
Is he crip walking yet? Yeah. Okay,
he should not be making tackles.
Jonnu Smith, I got him as the new favorite receiver, with a question mark, and the reason for it is because he's got last Sunday yesterday.
Yeah.
He got 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. We all seen him cook, but he's averaging 7 targets in the last 5 games.
Yeah, he's looking for him. That's for sure.
So, new target maybe?
Speaking of tight ends, Brock Bowers, as advertised.
I was totally wrong on him.
They drafted him early, he's playing very well.
I'm not a big Georgia fan, and I think that's why I was on that, trying to kind of hating. But he's for real, and, yeah, I got to give him his flowers.
Nah, he's been doing it. He's been doing his thing. Can the Dolphins make a run? That's what the question I have for you.
Question mark. Yeah, I got the same question.
They're going to be in the hunt because they're at 4-6. There's a bunch of teams at 5-5, 5-6, 4-6 that are fighting for that last spot.
I think they would have a better record too if they would have had Tua.
Because it seems like right now where it stands, the Ravens and Chargers are both at 7 wins in that first 2 wild card spots.
They're both definitely making it. Ravens and Steelers.
Unless there's a historic downfall, which is we've seen. It's happened.
Philly.
You know how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Womp womp.
So I think they'll be flirting with it because their offense is getting back to being high-powering. I mean, putting up 34 points against a bad Raiders team, but again, you don't apologize for who you play for.
Facts.
You're supposed to beat bad teams like that. So I don't know. I think it's not a team I'd like to play.
So what's the question? Are they a playoff team, or are you asking if they're contenders?
Oh, they're definitely not contenders.
Right.
I wouldn't put them in contenders.
So your question
can they make
probably,
a run to the playoffs? Do you think?
Are they? I think they make playoffs. If you ask me, okay. I think they make playoffs. I don't think that's jumping the gun.
Well, I mean, where they're at right now, that last spot, there's going to be a big fight for.
I think they make it. They got a nice. It's not a definite.
Because you got the Bengals at 4-6 as well.
Right.
Or 4-7, I believe, actually.
Yeah. Ah, man, you're right.
It's going to be a fight for that last spot. Broncos are 6-5.
So
they're in that last spot, I think.
I think they can make a run. I'm gonna stick with it. I think the Dolphins. Someone's got to make it.
Someone's got to make it.
So
Packers 20, Bears 19.
This was close.
We were celebrating a little early.
We were flirting with this one. So the second week that block
kept the sexy six alive.
Yep. So you got lucky, Packs. I don't know if you're back because the Bears are ass, and you guys didn't look that good.
Yeah.
Some funky cheese going around.
I think the biggest concern is Love just continues to turn over the football. Yeah, he's good for at least an interception a game, it seems like.
Yeah.
And that costs games.
Watson saved him 150 yards and the 1 touchdown.
Yep. And LaFleur, he's lucky he was playing the Bears this week, playing as bad as they did because he has not lost to the Bears since becoming head coach.
Ooh, that was a good stat to have. So that would have sold me. You already sold me, but...
Yeah,
that would have definitely sold me.
I thought you're talking about last week convinced you to take the Packers. Yeah, I thought that they would have had a much easier way with the Bears than what they did, to be honest.
Facts. The Bears suck. Williams 0 touchdowns, sacked 3 times. We keep hitting on it. They're not as. I think they're the scary team. I think that's the team we don't flirt with. Like I said it with the Packers, unless it's like a Chiefs.
Lions,
an Eagles, Lions, Ravens, Steelers.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm probably not going to take against the Bears.
I feel that.
Maybe if they're away.
I think if
or not a prime time.
No, or prime if the team has a good defense because their offensive line can't block for shit.
Right.
So.
Right.
Anywho,
let's move to the 4 p.m.
Broncos 38, Falcons 6. They burned you.
Burned me. So the tendency was not correct for anybody who thought I might have been on to something. Yeah, the Falcons just stink.
They beat the feathers off of them.
Yeah. So I said it during the numbers lie. People don't, or people lie. There you go. Numbers don't. There we go. Well, dyslexia hitting in. But yeah, man. Bo's back. Bo. What did he have? 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers.
Yeah, he was in your people lie. Numbers don't.
Yeah, that's insane. He's arrived. I'm officially on the Broncos train. Choo choo.
Choo choo, hopping on the Bo Nix train.
Mm-hmm. I'm on it. No homo. Pause.
Yeah, the Broncos though, they've kind of been irrelevant since Peyton Manning left, and Sean Payton gets in there. He had to sit out last year because of the whole, I think it was collusion or something. I don't know what it was, but he was suspended for a year.
He's always getting suspended.
Yeah,
on some
and he gets his guy in Bo Nix, and they're starting to build something over there in Broncos country.
Yeah,
let's ride.
I think the defense is what's really keeping them in. They held them 4 for 13 on third down, 4 sacks, and had the turnover. So that's the turn. They won the turnover battle. Clearly getting pressure on them, not letting them get those first downs.
Right.
And they've been doing that consistently, and that's a quote unquote good offense in the Falcons. So I think their defense is low key good. They played the Chiefs last week pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm still on them beating them in Mile High, by the way. But yeah, I think the Broncos are on the up and up.
On the up and up, he says.
Let's ride.
On the other side, the Falcons, they're definitely in playoff contention, but I don't see them as a threat. Like, I don't think
they stink. They just stink.
I don't know what's going on there. I thought it would look much better this year, and it's just not great. Penix gets some playing time.
What?
Penix, what is it?
What'd you say?
Penix.
Oh.
Penis.
My bad. Yeah. Penis.
But yeah,
Penix. Michael Penix.
He got in. He did. He looked all right.
Mike.
Big Mike.
Yeah, maybe we can't give him that with his last name being that.
Big Mike Penix.
Mike
Dirty Mike and the boys. All right, we'll move on. Seahawks 20, 49ers 17. Fuck the 49ers. Go to hell. McCaffrey,
Someone said that they were going to just be blowing up this season. I forgot who said it, though. Was it you?
No, hell no.
It was me.
Was it?
Yeah, like episode 3.
Oh, I thought you meant blowing up as in a...
No, in a bad way.
Yeah, I got you.
In a bad way. I've been on... I'm a hater. I'm a hater of the Niners.
Hey, your Cardinals take is looking good at this point.
It's looking real good. C-Mac sold to BP.
Yeah, dude, killed us.
How do you have 7
No,
touchdowns?
not the big play. Sexy 6. Oh, did you say McCaffrey or the 49ers? I'm sorry.
I said both of them. I said
both
C-Mac just now.
Both of them.
How do you have 7 touchdowns? We looked this up with Kyle last time. 7 touchdowns against the Seahawks, and you're back. You're supposed to be. Well, you've been back. You know, you're due to score.
Week 2.
What are you doing?
Or is his second week back? I mean, he got tackled at the 3
at home,
and then the next play they fucking throw a touchdown pass to Juwan Jennings. That pissed me off a lot. I was pissed off all yesterday.
Not me. I started him over Jordan Addison, and Addison scored earlier in the day.
So you got to get one back.
I needed the Jennings.
Got to get one back.
Yeah. What else we got to say on the Niners? Oh, they're never gonna get the sexy again. I got that. I said they were sexy enough last week. I think I said it like 4 times.
Yeah, I need to see more.
No.
Ever?
I'm done. Niners cooked, scratch, Chiefs.
Gino continues to make me eat my words.
Both of us.
To be honest, I still wouldn't trust them to make a serious playoff run.
No way.
They're going to be
Cardinals and Rams are definitely the uppers.
I don't know.
And we'll get to that.
That division is just a mess right now. I don't even.
Cardinals look the best.
They do. To be honest, they do.
They do.
Yeah. I mean, you can't deny it at this point.
Yeah, that's all I got on.
Yeah, we can keep rolling.
Seahawks.
Bills 30, Chiefs 21. Last week I did say the Ravens Steelers was game of the week. That shit sucked. This was your game of the week, and it lived up to the hype.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
It didn't disappoint. Josh meant business. I said he was tired of getting bullied around, and I think that's what we seen. I think he finally just took charge and won him a ball game.
Yeah, they're gaining confidence and gaining ground, stacking wins. So I think this is a few games now of scoring 24-plus points, so their offense is starting to click, which is what they need because everybody was talking about how many weapons they lost, this and that. I mean, losing Stephon Diggs is a big piece.
I think that was
could be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. Facts. With Josh, though, I think it's more of the confidence. I think you just said it, confidence. I took it out of your book. I kind of was already leaning towards the Bills win just because the Chiefs lost. They look so terrible their last 2 games, and how you always say You're taking what they're putting out, like if they're
recency bias.
Yeah.
If you see something, you got to roll with it.
They barely first they almost lost, then they barely won. So I Bills. Yeah, that was to me it was a no-brainer. I wish we would have took this game. That would have been a nice little bump on the sexy.
Yeah, 100%. And for the Chiefs, it's kind of the same thing as last year. Their offense is not overpowering, but their defense is pretty good. I think they got outmatched this game. I mean, they let up 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
But with that Chiefs team, they're in that same spot as last year where everybody's writing off their offense, not that great.
Kelsey only had 2 receptions for 8 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say, keeping Kelsey intact under the radar, I think that goes a long way. You know, not letting him cook.
Somehow Mahomes threw for 3 touchdowns and he had 2 picks, but he threw for 3. Who scored the other?
Noah Gray had 2 of them.
Okay.
Their backup tight end.
The other tight end. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you look at what the game plan would be, you can't guard them all, so you might as well lock down Kelsey, and that probably let Noah. Yeah. Andy took advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. So
we'll
wrap it up. I was just
trying to figure out. I didn't watch the game.
Oh, okay. The last game, Sunday Night Football, Chargers 34, Bengals 27, and the Chargers tried to charger it up.
Shout out Jay, he got the win. They pulled it out. Joe, I was gonna slander him after that first half that he had, but he turned it around. 356 yards, 3 tutties. Their wide receiver core. I always hate on them, but they're good.
It's great to have those guys.
Higgins and Chase are legit.
Where does Higgins go? Because they franchised
my fantasy team for Aaron Rodgers. Shout out Jay.
They franchise tagged him this year, and now he's cooking. And you see what that tandem does. It's going to be hard to break that up. But the Bengals have a cheap owner who doesn't pay their players. So
yeah,
where do they?
Imagine if they still had Mixon.
Where does he go exactly?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Where does T go? Does he? Do they franchise tag him another year? Unlikely. 2 years in a row is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know where he goes.
I don't know. That's a tough call.
There's a lot of teams who need a receiver like that. The Chargers being one of them. I was talking with Jay early. I was talking with Jay about it earlier.
Went there,
it'd be a great help for Justin Herbert.
I think that's like almost getting. I'm not going to say it's getting to Saquon, but
I mean he's just kind of flown under the. I don't want to say flown under the radar because he's a very solid wide receiver, but Jamar Chase is that number 1 there, so he's looked at as a number 2. You put him on most teams, he's a number 1.
Yeah. I was borderline hesitant to ask this question, but
he's got the likes of a number 1. He's got the height, he's got the hands, he's got the speed.
He gets more. It's more times than none that he gets more looks, targets. It's more times than none he outplays Chase just because Chase has these games where he cooks.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Higgins is more consistent.
I don't know if Higgins
has
had a better year
consistently.
Just in general, stats wise.
Okay.
Kyle,
what we got?
Can you give us? He's on it. Look at him over there.
Yeah, he's already on it. My man. But okay, so what I'm not trying to say he's a better receiver, and no means. So let me.
Oh, that's what I thought you were getting.
No, let me get that off the table. I'm trying to say this year, would you take Higgins? Is Higgins the number 1 this year because of his consistency?
He's been hurt half the year, so I'd say no.
Okay, yeah. Damn, that's gonna hurt them stats.
Yeah.
But I've seen at least 4 games where he's outplayed Chase. And
I don't know.
How many games do they got in?
We're 11 weeks in.
So, okay.
I'm going to disagree.
I think
Chase has had better
I'm with
games.
you. I think I'm just on the Higgins. I seen him play well last night, and he showed me a lot last night.
Yes, but while we're on the Bengals offense, they have to be frustrated because they are consistently putting up 20-plus points easily a game, and that defense is
terrible.
Just letting them down.
It's that and the coach call, too.
That locker room has to be contentious because, like I said, this offense keeps putting up points, and their defense is just not a help at all. Granted, the first half, it was 27-6.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the Chargers tried to charger it up. They let it get to 27-27. But that offense, the Bengals offense, just continuously carries that team, and the defense does not help out.
Right.
What do you got for us, Kyle? So we have – this is in their career. T. Higgins has more games.
Well, I know they got him in more. I definitely know he's got him in
He's got him in everything.
What's he got him in this season? What's this season?
This season? I don't know about this season, but yards, receptions, touchdowns.
Yeah. No. I knew that. I'm going off of this season. If you ask me,
This season, Chase has by far better numbers because Higgins has missed half the year.
Healthy. If you ask me, I'm taking Higgins. I think he throws it to him more. When they're both healthy, I think Higgins is the look-to guy. Is what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I'm still going to disagree there.
I'm not saying he's better.
Yeah, I still disagree. I think Chase is still getting more looks.
Okay,
I think last night he got more looks.
So that's the stat I need.
But it was 9 receptions compared to 7.
When they're both healthy, who has a better game?
Chase.
Do we know that? That's the question.
Yeah, last night was the first game that Higgins had better.
No way.
I mean,
we
got our stat guy checking it out.
The first night. All right.
I'm pretty sure it is, but okay. Kyle's checking it for us.
As long as it's not, as long as I got one other night, I win.
I'm going with it. You said more than
half. Nope. He just said it. I'm taking his last word.
Bullshit.
Let's move.
Oh wait, no. I wanted to say something. On the Chargers side,
what we got?
Dude, this shit that pisses me off. So I have J.K. Dobbins in a fantasy league. Why is Hassan Haskins your third running back getting first, second, and third down?
Oh, we were on it last night.
Oh my god, that's annoying.
Dumb play calling.
It makes no sense. Your third string.
It took fourth down to finally give it to J.K. and let him jump over the top.
And it's not even that J.K. Like, why not Gus Edwards?
Who was having a great night already.
It makes no sense to put your third running back in.
I got to give a shout-out to their defense. Jay already told me that they were good. I wasn't believing it. You hit me with a good fact last time about their 20 points, less than 20 points all season.
Yeah, that ended.
But
it's good. It's a good offense.
But there's still, they still got something going on. They have here's a stat for you. They haven't allowed more than 7 points in the first half of the season, and that still stands.
That's pretty impressive.
That's very impressive. A touchdown.
He's got the season stats.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, Kyle. Kyle's trying to put me under for that Taysom Hill call.
Yeah,
he's been trying to bury me all night.
Receptions: Jamar Chase 73, T Higgins 38. Targets 100, Jamar Chase, T Higgins 58.
Oh, whoa, go back.
Double.
Yeah, okay, Mike, shut up.
Walk that one back.
Yeah, hey, we're off this.
Thank you, Kyle.
Taysom Hill. What else we got on this game?
I don't have much more.
I got one other
Go
one.
Ahead.
Shout out to the what was Jay calling Lad last night?
That young lad?
Yeah, Lad. He was calling
Lad
him
McConkey.
La double D or something. He was calling him something.
L-A double D.
I don't know what he was calling. He was calling him something. We're gonna have to get that nickname because that's gonna be the new nickname because I like the kid.
Yeah, he had a nice day, 123 yards. So
yep.
Shout out to the young lad.
All right, let's move
to that Week 12 preview.
Finally, let's get it on.
All right, so we got Thursday night football. Steelers at Browns. The Steelers are favored -3.5. I'm going to take the Steelers. I just don't. I'd like to see the Browns win it. Excuse me.
It's a division game, so we know it has the potential to be
anything can happen.
Right.
I'd love to see the Browns.
Jameis just threw for almost 400 yards.
Please, dude.
He's not afraid to sling it.
As a Ravens fan, we need an upset bad because we lost to the Browns. So something that we can all get behind is the Browns beating the Steelers.
Right.
Is D a Browns fan?
D is a Cleveland fan.
Come on, Browns. Come
Anything
on, D.
Cleveland.
Need
that
it, D.
Reps. Shout out D.
Yeah, shout out D.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I'm going to have to disagree with most of the stuff you just said. I got the Steelers favorable. I don't think it's at 10. Definitely by 10.
Yeah, so I would disagree.
I like them sexy. Just put it that way. I like the Steelers.
I would disagree if the Browns defense looked better against the Saints, but they
don't.
They just didn't. So I mean I could honestly see it.
Sexy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Early check for the sexy.
No, I don't.
The odds are there.
I don't love it. I don't love it.
Can we put it on the shelf?
We can put it on the shelf, but I just see that's a very good upset spot for the Browns.
-205 for Pitt.
I don't know. We'll keep it on the shelf.
Okay, we'll keep it on the shelf.
We'll shelf
as long as it's shelved, I'm comfortable.
Now this next one. This is on the sexy six.
Swaggy B.
Bucks at Giants.
Bucky. Big
Bucks are favored -5.5, and we're getting Tommy DeVito, as we said earlier. Danny Dimes getting benched, as he should.
Bucks money line is -240. I think that's a solid take.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you have the money lines? I should do that next time. I have the spreads.
It's only because I have a suggestion, Sexy Six, and that's the first 2 games are 2 of the ones I liked. So
fair enough. But yeah, I think the Bucks.
Bucks.
should handle this with flying colors.
I think Baker has been balling against great teams.
Right.
So imagine if he gets up against this shitty Giants.
Yeah,
team.
I've -5.5. I don't know. I feel like it should be a little higher. I think it's more like -7.5. So I might take that spread on something, but
6 ain't bad.
I think the Bucks can handle that pretty easily. Big Bucky.
There it is.
Buck.
Trying to get him to say it.
Big Buck. Chiefs at Panthers. Chiefs are favored -11. Can't see them really losing this game. If they do, I'd be very shocked.
I'm with you on that. I don't think they lose 2 in a row. They just won
especially
9
not
games.
To the Panthers.
Especially not to the Panthers. So I got the Chiefs. I think they're sexy enough, but the odds, I didn't even write it down, but I'm pretty sure it's like -500.
Yeah, it's probably even higher than that, to be honest. When you get to those double-digit...
We're not... They're sexy, but they're money hungry, so we're not... They're gold... We call those gold digger picks. We're not picking
yeah,
that.
it's just once you get to those... We saw it with the Lions this past week. They were -13.5, and it was -800 money line.
I mean, that was an easy check, no sweat, but it's not worth it to me.
Well, especially when the 49ers are fucking us.
At what was their odds? You said it was like
they were -250 or 300. I know they weren't quite like pick'ems. It wasn't -150, but it was.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Oh, the Niners are just really grinding my gears.
All right, so let's move on to a NFC East battle. We have the Cowboys at the Commanders. This one I like sexy as well.
The Commandos are favored -10. Yeah, I'm taking the Commanders as well. I like that as well. I like it. I mean, hopefully that line changes a little bit because the Cowboys are playing a little feisty right now.
Yeah.
So it can help us in our favor.
It's an NFC East battle, but I think the Commanders losing their last one to us puts them in that fight that they won a division win. I think they come out on top. My gut's just picking Commanders on this one.
Yeah, I think the Commanders...
Nothing fancy.
They should... I mean, they really need to bounce back. I don't want to say bounce back because they're sitting at 7-4, but after a loss to you guys in a division,
yeah, they lost their division.
They need to. I think their offense needs to bounce back with a high powering performance because they were very confident in where they were, and kind of get set back. It felt like. I mean, I know Jaden Daniels is hurt. He's playing with bruised ribs.
Yeah, we fucked him up.
Well, that was before you guys. He hurt him before.
No, we're taking that credit.
But it's still, I don't know. They need to get their offense back right. So this is a game that could possibly be that.
I think they're sexy. So,
yeah, we'll move on to Patriots at Dolphins. The Dolphins are favored at home -7.
-390 for the odds.
Yeah, I like this one for the sexy. I think it's sexy.
It's sexy enough. I think Tua wins.
I was going to say with Tua back at quarterback, they like
home.
we said they just look a lot better.
Yeah,
more sound team. That offense getting back right. So look for them to keep it going, keep it stacking. Titans at Texans. Texans are favored at home -7.5.
I got Texans.
I got Texans as well.
Easily. I said I was going to bet against the Titans the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's an NFC or AFC South matchup. Division opponents you got to be careful with. I don't know if the Texans will win -7.5, but I do see them winning.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be a little closer than that.
Maybe a late run by the Titans.
Or like a fourth quarter pull it away, then to get up by 10 or something. I feel like it's going to be close for a lot of the game.
Okay.
But I do like them. I like the Texans there.
I'm not putting them on the sexy because the odds were stupid.
Were they?
Yeah.
Not surprised. Lions at Colts. Lions are only favored -7. Kind of surprising. I don't think the Colts defense is going to be good enough to
After what I just seen, I have to go Lions. 52
Oh, absolutely.
points.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many teams I would take against the Lions.
Would you take Philly?
I'd take Philly. I'd take Ravens. I'd take Chiefs. I'd take Bills.
Okay.
Not saying that every game I'd take them to win. I think those games are more of a toss-up, essentially, is what I'm getting
with
at.
you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I didn't put them on the sexy as well because of the odds.
Well, that's your sexy. That's not ours. We'll get there. Vikings at Bears.
Let's just say that one's on a higher shelf than that.
Do you know what the odds are on it?
No.
Okay.
No, not off the top of my head.
No, the Steelers are a shelf over. I'm taking the Lions before the Steelers. Best believe that.
No, we got them. Then they're both chalk. Then they're both
minus
chalk.
370,
we'll have to go with a different one.
I mean, minus 370 is pretty
We'll
decent.
get back to it.
What did you say about the Lions last week? Every time we depend on them, they cash us the fuck out.
Then we're going to have to take a risk somewhere else because we can't have
I'm not tired of
370s.
Look, again, I'm not worried about a risk because I'm probably
We
going to
just
put a
said it.
hundo. I'm putting
We
a Benny
just
on
said
it
it.
this week.
No, you're not going to up it up.
Why am I not?
You can up it up.
What did you put on it this week?
You can up it up if you want.
What did you put on it this week?
I didn't put anything on it. I didn't trust it.
And that's something. So we'll go to the Vikings at Bears. Vikings minus 3.5. I got the Vikings. The Bears scare me because of what you said earlier. They could play spoiler to games like this. So I could see the Bears sneaking this one out.
I got the Vikes.
I got the Vikes as well, but this is like you said, the Bears are going to be in that spot to spoil some games that you think they should lose, and then they're going to win,
especially at home.
Right. That's
going to be close.
Yeah,
that's going to be close.
I think that's a dangerous one.
I got them on. I like them at negative 172.
All right, we'll keep it rolling.
I like it.
Broncos at Raiders. Broncos are favored minus 5.5. I got the Broncos. I don't.
Choo-choo.
That Raiders, there it is. That Raiders team, they're one of those teams that it's going to be easy to bet against them just because of where they're at. I mean, Minshew at quarterback. Don't really care as a quarterback. It's still the Raiders.
They suck.
I was waiting for you to
suck. I was thinking about what I wanted to say about Minshew, but I don't think it's so much Minshew. I think it's the whole team.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter
It's the
who's
whole
at quarterback.
fucking
Like whoever's at quarterback.
Coaching down.
Yeah, absolutely. All around bad. 49ers at Packers. The Packers are favored -2.
This one's tough.
I know. I'm going to give them one more shot. I wanted to pick the Pack, but I'm giving the 49ers one more chance. And if they lose this one, I'm done with them, especially after this past week.
I want Packers.
I'm already done with them, but
I want Packers. I feel like that's what I'm on with the Packers. I'm giving them one more shot.
Okay.
Pretty much because they almost fucked us. So
they did. They got close.
I think that game could go either way. Both have sketchy
100%.
defenses. Both have sketchy offenses.
And I think that's why they put it at -2. It's kind of like we don't really know where this game's going to go.
I'm not touching that game.
Cardinals at Seahawks.
Same with this one.
I took the Cardinals.
I'm still on that train. I'm still on the Cardinals winning. I got the Cardinals for this game, by the way. But with the Seahawks playing the way that they just did, they're back at home again. Momentum. You said it. However you play the previous week, you like to roll on that. I like that.
Yeah.
Cardinals are on a bye week. They could come out sleeping.
Right. And with the Seahawks, they're at home. They just went into San Francisco and beat a team that we thought would have handled that game easier than what obviously the Seahawks came out and won. So it's just that Seahawks team, they sketch me out betting against them at this point because they've already taken our money once.
Mm-hmm.
Twice.
I don't like them.
Bro, I just realized we bet the Falcons the last time we lost the Sexy Six.
And that's who it was.
They got beat by the Seahawks.
Yeah, the Hawks are no good.
Yeah.
I don't like the Hawks.
I'm keeping my money away from the Seahawks moving forward.
Yeah, tag that. We're going to have to tag that.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Okay. I'm with it. I didn't even have them on my sexy suggestion shit.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's another toss-up.
For sure. And that's why they put it at -1. It's literally...
But go Cards. If they win this, they'll be at, I think, like 7-4.
Yeah.
If
they win that, that's going to put them in a healthy spot to win. Especially if the Niners lose.
Facts.
They're going to beat the Seahawks. And then if you guys beat the Rams, which is next game, could make it interesting.
Damn, we should have jumped on that shit, too.
What's that? Oh, betting them to win the division?
Yeah,
I bet it was
shit
nice.
Was stupid.
Yeah.
With them at I think they were like 2-2 at one point.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
There goes Nico. He just cashed my bet, I hope.
Come on.
Let's go.
Score, baby. I need to come back.
All right, so we'll move to Sunday Night Football.
Let's go. This
Birds.
is my game of the week. Did we hit your game of the week yet?
Ooh.
Or did you not pick one?
I did not pick one.
All right, well, while I
let me
dose
look.
the
Go
fans
ahead.
up.
I picked the Eagles, by the way. I did pick the Eagles.
Go Birds. All right, that's smart. Sexy? Is it sexy enough? Come on. Give me this one, and I'll get off the Steelers game.
If you feel confident to put them on there.
Here, let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
for one, it's the game of the week just because the Rams, I think it's going to be a good game. I'm not saying we're going to smoke these guys, by no means. But I think our defense, I think this is the test right here. 2 receivers that are capable of putting up 100-some yards or scoring with 1 Quinyon Mitchell. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a test. If our defense is actually for real,
because he's going to get 2 number ones essentially.
That's what I'm saying.
Cooper and Puka.
Cooper's in more in the nickel. I think we got Ringo out there on the outside.
He'll get matchups against him, I feel like.
He definitely will. With Puka in the slot, that's where he lines up at. Cooper will be on him. That's going to be an interesting matchup to look at too.
Absolutely.
But I think if our defense holds them down, we easily win this game. I don't think the Rams have a defense.
Now, their defense is the weakest part of their offense or their team. So if your offense can be what they have been the past few weeks, then you guys should be okay.
I look for Jalen not to skip a beat. He's a streaky guy. So when he starts getting on these streaks, which he already jumped off a streak and now he's back onto this hot streak, boom, I think he's riding.
Boom.
Couple tush pushes maybe. Boom. He didn't score at all last week, so.
Yeah, it's a pretty sure bet. Every week.
Oh, I might have to switch up one of my. Yeah, we might have to do that.
Just save it. Just save it.
Right now is like a perfect time.
We'll get there later. We'll definitely debate it.
Right,
I'm up
so
for
that's
it.
my game of the week. Definitely watch for that matchup. Look for it high scoring. Hopefully not. Hopefully our defense, like I said, comes out. But, yeah, go Birds. Let's move on to Monday night.
Monday night, the other Birds,
Okay.
Purple Birds. We got Ravens at Chargers. Of course, I'm taking the Ravens. Who are you taking? I know you're going to take the Chargers. You're trying to get primetime picks back.
Not only that, but I gotta be real. I wasn't real enough. I went loyal last week and was with you guys with the Ravens. Not saying that I don't like the Ravens. I still think they're one of the top dogs in the NFL. But I think the Chargers right now are on a high flying up and up.
Yeah, I'd say
it's definitely going to be a good game. I struggled picking this one as game of the week as well.
I was going to say I'd probably take this as my game of the week.
Yeah, for sure.
I am going to say I think that Steelers-Browns game might be a little fire popping.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it comes on first. We'll be able to see. We'll be able to tell.
Right.
That's going to be the setter. Tone setter.
Yeah, tone setter.
Whoa, let me get a drink.
So you took the Chargers, I took the Ravens. So my primetime picks this week are going to be the Steelers, Eagles, and the Ravens. I took all away teams. I don't know if I love that.
I got Steelers, Eagles, Chargers. So we got
somebody's getting one back. I'm up 3 games now.
3? I thought it was just 2.
I took the Chargers last night.
Yeah, that's right. Man, I keep getting real close, and then these last second games, I think I got the win.
You got it in within 1, and then yeah.
Hey, it's all right. We got a long season still.
Damn it, Tank, get in the end zone.
So that moves us to the Sexy Six. We've been struggling to get through this because we really want to. We're some gambler degenerates, if you guys haven't noticed. So we take the Sexy Six a little serious.
Hey, I'm trying to win myself some money over here.
No,
baby.
I feel you. But we talked before we got on this thing, and we agreed that we should take a little bit more risk and not so much.
No, I'm in for the lots.
For this week. No, for this week we said there's a lot, so we might have to. And
there's too many.
There's a lot of
favorites,
options we can
so
take.
there's going to be games that, like you said, the odds are just not worth it taking that risk.
I'm saying the options are there for us to take a smaller one, and still it'd be a lot.
All right, so
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know 2 of them. I have 2 written down here that we already agreed on. We said Bucks and Commanders. Commanders play the Cowboys. Bucks play the Giants.
Okay, let me get this in. Bucks, because I will be playing on this.
And I believe.
Asshole.
Well, I'm putting my money out there.
Hey, get me out there.
I'm putting,
and I'll be putting some.
Didn't
shit
we
on.
say we like the Dolphins against the
Bucks.
Patriots? Dolphins are at home. I think you said they were minus 340 or whatever.
Yeah.
All right,
Dolphins.
so there's 3 of them.
So what do you got? Dolphins, Bucks, and
Commanders.
Commandos.
And
Why do I
then
keep picking
you also
these
said
guys?
Eagles.
That's why. It's because I got them in there.
The Eagles. So we're at 4. We need 2 more. So Broncos at Raiders. Are the Broncos sexy enough to hop on the bow train?
At negative 230, I think so.
Okay, so we'll go Broncos. I think Kyle's putting it in as we speak. Look at this guy.
My man. He's
Love
about
that
to
guy
give us
over
some
there.
odds. What are we at right now?
He's a
with
great
5?
guy if you don't know.
This is going to really pick. What are we at?
So the Commanders aren't showing up because they played Dallas.
Oh, that dumb shit, dude.
But
Damn.
Right now we're at plus 321
Okay.
That's what we were at this past week. We were at 358. So,
with 4 left.
yeah, that's with 4. Okay.
So we'll keep the Commanders on there.
Yeah.
So we need
The
so we need
last
one more.
one.
Let's make this one under 300, please.
I disagree. We're already at the same odds we had last week. If you want to change your own after this, that's fine.
I don't.
But I'm trying
to get the show.
We're
get
trying
a little something
to
too.
win.
All right, you
Let me
just tell
reiterate
me
that.
who you
We are
want.
trying to win.
Give me some options and let me pick then.
Chiefs or Lions? Lions play the Colts. Chiefs play the Panthers.
What's the odds?
I
need
have
some
no
odds.
idea. I don't care about the odds.
Lions are minus 370. Chiefs are minus 620.
Lions.
All right, Lions it is. That's why I said earlier, and you were trying to fight about it.
So it's
You didn't know the odds.
I didn't care. I don't care. I don't
care what you don't
I don't
care
give
about.
a fuck
I
about
don't-
the odds.
And I don't care what you don't
I don't give a
fuck about.
fuck about the odds. I'm trying to win.
You ain't driving this bus. We're both
I'm-
driving it.
I'm putting money where my mouth is. You ain't.
When I get my money,
That's all
I
I'm
will
saying.
put
is
it on there.
I'm trying to win money
When
for
I
wins.
get my money, I'll put it on there.
So we got our sexy 6 as the Bucks, Commanders, Dolphins, Eagles, Broncos, Lions. Again, that's the
What is the odds on that?
Bucks.
You got those?
We can't get it because of the Cowboys are
Commandos.
playing.
Fuck.
it's plus 435.
Yeah, it'd definitely be +5.
Bucks,
Plus 5.
Commanders, Dolphins,
I'm good with
Eagles, Broncos, Lions, 49ers can suck it. We'll
Yeah,
move on.
You're not touching the sexy 6 ever
Yeah,
again.
You lost your chance.
You're done.
bastards.
Fucking scratched.
Cooked. Let's go to the student athletes.
Let's switch gears.
Let's get it rolling.
Let me drive.
I'm gonna piss my pants.
Do you need a pee?
Nah, I ain't got time for that.
I mean, you
Ain't
can
nobody
pee.
got time for that.
I got a bottle.
Ooh, done it. Multiple times.
Go ahead, fill her up.
M&T Bank Stadium knows.
NCAA recap week 12. Let's go to that first game, the SEC battle. Number 3 Texas takes down Arkansas 20-10.
10 points.
10 points. I was going to say finally I got one right. I think I'm 1 for 4.
Oh, that's something I wanted to say earlier. Every time we start gassing up our teams, it bites us in the ass. I did it last week with the Ravens Steelers, and then they
Said
fucking
Super Bowl.
lost. Yeah,
I was kind of on the Commanders shit, but I was kind of scared. I will say.
you did say that. You said word for word.
Yeah. So back to the Texas. I called the win by 10. Perfect sweat on that. Quinn, he played 176 yards, 2 tutties.
Didn't light it up.
It was a tough team. Arkansas is a tough team.
Yeah, good defense, good defensive team.
Texas's defense, I think, wins the turnover battles. I think we had 2 of them, and that was the tail to take. We only had 20 points, so 20-10, couple turnovers, defensive game. That's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
We move on to an upset though. Number 21 ASU. They're low key sneaky. They were actually picked. Let me just say who they beat. They upset Kansas State 24-14.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas State's number 16. Now not. I don't know what they are. But
Irrelevant.
yeah, ASU was picked to actually be last in their conference, and now they're 8-2. I think they're up there in the top.
Really?
Yeah. So big turnaround for that
Right.
school. I'm
Big
not a
come up.
big fan of their coach, but their quarterback I do like. Sam Levitt, 275 yards, 3 tutties. Jordan Tyson, one of the receivers, 176 yards, 2 tutties. They cooked them on all sides of the ball,
Right.
defensively and offensively. Kansas State's quarterback, I think everybody likes him, Avery Johnson. They like him to go high in the draft at least.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of hype around him. Played like shit.
Shit.
0 tutties, 2 picks.
Yeah.
I think he needs to just cut his hair. Goldilocks.
It's a bad day when you don't have any touchdowns and you're throwing 2. You're
Yeah.
giving the ball away twice.
Number ranked 16.
Never
Yeah.
good to give the ball away for free.
So we move to another one. We got another upset.
Going-
Kansas takes down
Kansas to Kansas.
undefeated BYU 17-13. Their offense struggled. I was on them in the beginning during their run, but their last couple games, I'm not so much on the train for BYU.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason last week I thought 6 was a little too high.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were kind of just giving them benefit of the doubt of being undefeated, but they just they were just outmatched in this game for real.
To me, Kansas ain't that good.
Right. That's like to be outmatched against Kansas is, to be at number 6 doing that. I don't know. I didn't like it being a Miami fan at number 12. That's for sure.
Another team though that does look good. Number 15, Texas A&M, 38 over New Mexico State, 38-3.
Texas A&M, they're looking to fight to get in.
That's the eyes that I'm still. It was them and LSU probably like 3 weeks ago when LSU lost.
Yeah.
That was the other team I said would make a, and I think that's when we started talking about their quarterback situation.
Yep.
I think that's over now. I think Reed is officially the starter.
Right.
He had 268 yards, 2 tutties. He rushed for 41 yards and had a
touchdown there. Yeah.
I think that situation is settled, and I think like you just said, Texas A&M is going to make a little noise in the SEC.
Yeah, because they have. I don't know who their next 2 opponents are, but they finished with you guys. If they beat Texas,
easy,
they're getting themselves into that playoff.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Do you know where it's at?
I don't. I believe Texas A&M.
Kyle's on it.
I want to say Texas
A&M.
If
it's in Texas A&M, it's gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
So they have Auburn next, and then Texas at Texas A&M.
At Texas A&M, so it'll be interesting.
So in the house that Johnny built, yeah, for sure.
They're gonna have to. I don't know if they'll get in, beating Auburn and then losing to you guys. They're gonna have to beat you guys to get in. Yeah.
So let's move to a game that I was watching and was. Why couldn't this happen?
We thought it was going to. Yeah, we thought there was a chance.
Number 1 Oregon barely wins against Wisconsin, 16-13. They were trailing the whole game until the 4th. Actually, what happened is me and Kyle was watching the 4th quarter hit. I'm like, this might happen, and they started doing the famous "Jump Around" song at Wisconsin. Jump around.
Yeah,
jump around.
Jump.
Even Oregon's players jumping around. They got hyped.
Yeah, got hyped because of it.
And they came down and scored a touchdown. So I think Wisconsin kind of fucked themselves on that one. My question here was, should Oregon drop? You think?
No, they're not going to.
But do you think they should? Not what we know they're going to do, but what do you think, like opinion-wise?
Being undefeated with how well they've played all year, I don't think it's enough from this game to drop them. No.
Okay, fair enough. I think they should get dropped just because they had that scare. I think that should be a statement made.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
I don't disagree. I see where you're coming from.
You're a number 1 team.
Yeah.
You should play like a number 1 team at all times.
Absolutely.
So let's move to another upset.
I will say this.
Not upset.
Speaking of that, I think if it were at home, it'd be a different story. I think because it was in Wisconsin,
yeah.
Football, home field advantage.
That's
is
a great
nice.
point. That's a great point.
I think
Wisconsin's not slumps. They're playing like ass this year, but they're not slumps.
Yeah.
So we moved to this next one. I wanted it to be an upset, but it was not.
I was flirting with it for a while.
It was an upset because of the ranking.
Yeah.
But not an upset because we
thought Georgia was a better team, but
we knew they needed to win more.
I was going to say if they lost, then it would have been they probably would have been out.
I think Tennessee, or I think they're frauds. To be honest, Carson Beck destroyed their defense, 347 yards, 2 tutties, and where am I at? 31-17. That's just an ass whooping against fucking an ass. I don't know. I don't.
It was close for a lot of the game, but Georgia
I didn't
pulled
get
out
to watch it, so I don't have a lot of like in-depth shit for it. But looking at the score, and I was watching it. While I was watching
keeping up
with it. Georgia had it the whole time.
Yeah.
There was at no point that I think Tennessee was going to upset them. So
absolutely.
Let's move to number 13 Boise State 42, San Jose State 21.
21.
Genty. Another day.
Still cooking.
159 yards, 3 tutties.
Still not the favorite. Crazy.
If you ask me, I think everybody should slam his odds.
I put a future on Cam Ward, not going to lie. Okay. If he comes back out and starts cooking.
I think it's free money for Genty. I get it with Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
By no means am I trying to diss that.
Yeah, like we said last week, we understand why he's there. I mean, you can't
100%.
take away what he's doing.
I'm not. By no means, but
Genty's just putting up crazy numbers.
Someone has to be picked, and my choice is on this. You can't hate me
fair.
for my...
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Now, my question is, how much of a factor does the playoff Is a Heisman Trophy only a regular season award? I honestly don't know. Like I don't want to say newer to college football because I always kept up.
I think it's a regular season award.
Okay, because I was going to say if
but
Cam Ward
I'm
makes it,
guess on it.
If
Kyle
Cam
agrees,
if Cam Ward makes a deep playoff run, he helps his case. Obviously, that I was just curious on what they look at.
I think it's already chosen. I want to say they do the Heisman's before.
I honestly don't.
Me neither.
No, I forget.
Okay.
Something to think about.
Something to think about on that one. Yeah, for sure. Let's move to Penn State.
Penn State 49, Purdue 10.
They easy win. Allard had a great day, 3 tutties, 247.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not a believer of Penn State, but that was definitely a statement game for them to make. A lot of points against a little bit of points.
Yeah, at one point during this game, I saw a funny clip. The Purdue staff is regular season. So they only look at regular season for the Heisman.
Appreciate that, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle. At one point during this game, I saw a clip. Purdue, their grounds crew, they painted the outside of the end zones black, which is the same color of the inside of the end zone. And one of their players caught a pass
on the line.
He thought he was in bounds because of the paint.
Yeah.
He looks down and he's standing out of bounds. I thought that was just hilarious. That's a terrible move to paint the outside the same color as the inside. That's one way to fuck up your players and make them look like idiots. That sucked for my buddy there in Purdue.
I thought Purdue had a better defense. I think we said it last week. This was going to be a little bit of a test, but
Penn State.
I was wrong. I was going
to say you've said Penn State hasn't really had a win like this all year, and they get one late in the season on you.
So credit on them. Let's move to number 8, Notre Dame 35, Virginia 14. Notre Dame continues to stack good wins against good teams. Virginia's not bad, but I don't think that they have enough to beat anybody in the SEC.
Sure.
Anybody.
I agree.
Any of those 4 teams that we pretty much, even LSU. I think LSU gives them a test.
I need to plug in the computer.
Even though they lost again this week. Let's go to Bama crushes a highly ranked, or not highly ranked, had a good record, Mercer. I think Mercer was like 9-1. But Bama crushed them 52-7. Milroe had 3 touchdowns total. He continues to stack a little bit for the Heisman race. We move to, I think it's my last game, Ohio State 31, Northwestern 7. Ohio State, I want to say they should be number 1, and I hate to say it because I always bust on them.
Yeah, you're a Ohio State hater.
I know. But they look good. They should be number 1 right now until we come up. I don't think that they can beat us. But for right now, I think out of what we just seen out of this Week 12 recap, they should be number 1 and Oregon should be number 2.
Yeah, I think you're pretty on par there with Ohio State. They have looked.
I'm just a small time.
They've looked
guy.
The most complete offensively and defensively.
Facts.
They've played
Howard 247, 2 tutties, Judikins.
They played a lot of good opponents too. With Penn State last week being one of them, beating them. So, I mean, I think you're on par there.
I don't think that was their best ball either.
Fair, yeah. 100%, because they had a couple turnovers in the end zone.
They're number 1 until Indy.
Indiana.
Yeah. So that brings us into this new AP Top 12. You want to drive?
Go ahead.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah. I lost my top 12.
No, I'm here.
Where'd it go? There she is.
All right, so we got
it. Well, I found it. You got it. No, you got it.
I got it. Number 1, we got Oregon, 11-0. Ohio State is at number 2, 9-1. Texas, 9-1 at number 3.
Hook 'em.
State at
Whoa.
9-1. Shout out Wolf. And then we go to Indiana. Shout out Coach Yeti.
Had to get one in there.
Yeah, we had to.
They had a bye this week, so we didn't get there.
They're 10-0. We got it. They're rightfully at 5. Notre Dame moves up 2 to 9-1 at 6. Bama is number 7. They move up 2 spots. Georgia moves up 3 spots at number 8. Ole Miss 9 at, and they're all 8-2 by the way. Those 3 SEC teams 7, 8, and 9. Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, they're all 8-2. So it's crazy. Another SEC team at 10 that's 8-2 is Tennessee. They dropped down 4 though. Biggest drop out of the whole.
Besides BYU.
Yep. Oh, besides BYU. Okay. Yeah, BYU dropped 7. You're right. But number 11 is Miami.
Throw up to you.
Aye.
We're back. Hey, moving up. We
Aye.
didn't even play.
Aye. And then we go number 12. They finally cracked it. Or actually, they're back. Boise State at number 12, 9-1. They move up 1. Number 13, SMU. You got to watch these guys. They're 9-1. I think they're low key sneaky. I think they make a little run here at the end. BYU drops 7, like you just said, biggest drop. Number 14, they're 9-1 now, so no more undefeated. I'm off that train. I think they slowly creep out. If I'm being real.
And then Texas A&M stays at 15 at 7-2, so
8-2.
8-2.
Yep.
At 8-2.
Everybody in the SEC is 8-2, pretty much, except Texas.
Yeah. How about it?
Hook them.
They
tried to say we weren't ready for it, too. They said, this is the big boys league, Texas. You're not going to make it, yada, yada, yada. And we're smacking them in the mouth.
I was going to say, would have looked better if you beat Georgia, but that's your one loss. You're 9-1. You can't,
I mean. It just means we belong, and that's all I wanted.
That's fair. It's a fair point.
So, I got to mention that Georgia was the biggest rise to 4. I did pick them on my Final Four, so that looks good with them kind of sneaking back up.
Yeah, they're creeping back in.
I just wanted to throw that back in there.
Creeping back in.
Go Dogs. Ugh.
Whoa.
Ugh.
What was that?
I don't know why I said that.
I don't either.
I don't know why I said that. Let's go to the games to watch. Game of the week I got Indiana at Ohio State.
Ohio.
I got Indiana on this. I said it earlier, probably last week or 2 weeks ago, that Indiana was going to beat Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what this game brings.
Who you picking on that?
I probably have to take Ohio State.
Okay.
Just because of what I just said. I think they're the most complete team right now in college ball. They seem to be at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But
would you throw a little $5 on
Indiana? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, Coach Signetti just wins.
Signetti.
Look it up.
Signetti.
Look it up.
So we got another good matchup. We got number 24 Army at number 8 Notre Dame. I got Notre Dame on that one.
Yeah, they should be all right there.
Yeah, it should be a tough matchup because Army likes to run around. We'll see how good Notre Dame's defense is.
Mm-hmm.
Ole Miss at Florida, number 11 Ole Miss. Florida just got an upset, I think, over LSU this past week. So we've seen Ole Miss mess up. I like Jackson Dart, but we've seen him mess up.
When you get a home college game
in the SEC,
right? It's tough. They're still going to show up and show out.
Yeah. Let's move to an SEC versus, I think Oklahoma's in the SEC now too. Number 10 Bama.
Yeah, the conferences are all fucked now.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying.
I think a few weeks ago I said Power 5 and that's just not even true anymore because I got rid of the Pac-12, so it's just Power 4, which I completely forgot. It's just a mess.
Number 10 at Oklahoma. I have this game on here just because to watch it, just because it's a potential spot for Bama to screw the pooch. Oklahoma could have that one game to where they just show out.
Right.
So we could see something there. Let's move to number 14 SMU versus
number 13.
Oh, 13. Yeah, that was a 4. That's a S up.
That's what they were before. So
yeah. So number 13 SMU versus Virginia. Another test for SMU. I think if they can beat Virginia confidently, that they deserve to be in the top 12.
Yeah, and I think with the SMU thing, it's strength of schedule, what we keep saying.
Facts.
Virginia, I don't know if beating Virginia will get them in. It depends on if somebody loses ahead of. Yeah. If someone loses ahead of them, 100%, I think I can see them scooting in. Scoot.
Number 3 Texas versus Kentucky. I think we won this one comfortably.
Yeah, again. I think 14 plus.
No, I'm gonna stick with just 10. We're gonna stick with just 10.
Don't get carried away.
Yeah, let's not go there. Let's move to number 4 Penn State at Minnesota. I can see them.
Remember what I said last week? This is Minnesota upset them a few years ago to take them out of the playoff. Not if they lose this, I don't think they'd go out of the playoff. But
I could definitely see it. I'm banking on Penn State to fall out.
You want to see Penn State's downfall so much?
Yes. Yes. Them, Ohio State, anybody that talks the talk
and
but
Georgia.
can't walk the
but actually,
walk.
now you have Georgia in your Final Four.
But they walk the walk, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Ohio State does, too, but Penn State definitely does not.
Penn State just hasn't been relevant for a while.
Ever. Let's go to number 6, BYU and ASU. This is a game of the week. I actually have ASU on this upset against BYU.
Right.
They're at home. They're out in Tempe, Arizona. Beautiful campus, by the way, party school. But it has nothing to do with football. I just think the vibes are going to be right and they're going to win. It's going to be it's going to be a night game. Probably staying up till midnight to watch the end of this one. But look for ASU to get that upset against BYU. This could be the team that falls out and gives some of these like SMU teams a shot in.
Yeah, and they just went to Kansas State and beat them, upset them. So and now they're at home.
I like ASU.
Vibes could be high, like you said.
It's a home team.
They might be riding on vibes.
Hey, they got the fork up. I'm pretty sure that's what they do. Fork up, Sun Devils.
Yeah.
Let's go to Pitt.
Just don't sit on it.
It can hold 3 guys. Whoa. All right.
Easy.
Pitt at number 9.
That was insane.
Pitt at number 19, Louisville.
I'm still shook over here.
I know. I got Louisville in this one. I think this is going to be an ACC fight. You kind of told me don't get my hopes high on Pitt.
Yeah, Pitt just never.
Since I've been watching, they've been losing.
Pitt has never wowed me. Clemson was always the threat for the U.
Shady went there, so I kind of low key.
It's fair.
I watch them.
I see Louisville.
I'm not gonna say I go for them. I watch them.
I see Louisville handling this well. I think Louisville's offense has been
10?
pretty nice. 6.5.
Okay. Okay. So those are the games
I don't
to
mind
watch,
10 though. I can get behind 10.
Okay. Well, keep that in mind because I got something I want to bring up.
I'll bring it in.
If we had to make a sexy 6 for these games I just picked,
I would leave the Indiana Ohio State game off of that.
well,
I'd probably take.
I gave at least 8, 9.
I'd probably take Notre Dame.
Okay.
Ole Miss, Bama. I mean Texas, but I don't think the odds are going to be there like that.
Now you're gonna have to take spread 10.
Louisville and SMU. That'd be my 6.
I can get behind that. If I had to pick it, I'm going Ole Miss, Indiana, SMU, ASU, Notre Dame, Bama.
So close. You just took that out, Indiana, Ohio State. That's just too risky for me.
Just because I like the odds at 15-24 for a 5er.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Well, that's not 6.
That's not 6?
You said sexy 6.
Ole Miss, Indiana, SMU, ASU, Notre Dame, Bama.
Oh, my bad. You said plus 15-24 for a 5-legger.
Oh,
You meant 6.
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Don't believe any of the shit that I say when I'm like talking confidently like that. I'm just bullshitting.
All right, so something to look at. Let's go to those Heisman odds. I got it here for you. Heisman favorites via FanDuel. We got Travis Hunter minus 330. He has gone crazy on the odds. Minus 330 is at this point.
Like
at one point,
said,
he was plus 1,400. I'm mad that I didn't get it in at that point.
I'm saying right now it's free money.
Ashton Genty at 2 for plus 340.
You were just talking about Hunter?
That was Hunter, yeah. Minus 330.
Okay.
Genty's at plus 340.
That's what I'm trying. I don't know.
I took, and then the
That's
third
crazy. Those
is
odds, they're that big of a difference.
Cam Ward dropped to plus 1,400. Oh, I thought you were about to say something over there.
Drop some knowledge.
Cam Ward at plus 1,400. I just put.
I think Genty and Hunter are the two.
Yeah,
for sure.
I put 10 on Cam Ward because he's at plus 1,400. If something happens,
Yeah,
500-yard game maybe.
Kyle just did the same
Shout
thing.
out
So
Cal.
if you want to get on that Cam Ward, these guys think it's Cam Ward.
I might put 20 on Genty though too.
I gotta run
Hunter.
Genty.
The odds just aren't there right now for Hunter to take it.
Right? No way. And that's crazy that he's at -3 something.
It's because he keeps having good games. He just had a nasty catch this past week.
It ain't about the catches though.
Interception. He's doing it all. That's the thing. He's just doing it all.
Okay.
Like it's not
I
surprising
get it.
he's there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he's there at all.
Right.
My pick is Genty.
Yeah, I feel that.
Right.
I mean, I don't disagree because
There's always one or two guys. It's always between one or two dudes that guys have to.
I mean, we wouldn't have a conversation if we weren't debating.
This show wouldn't be relevant if.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of not relevant, but we love you who listen. We're getting there. We're gonna get there one day. We're gonna get there. We're gonna stick with it.
So
Stay with us.
review of your Final Four teams that you picked for the college.
I did the.
Who did you pick? I had Oregon.
Bama was my 4th, and then I had the top 3.
I got Oregon, Texas, Indiana, Georgia.
I had Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, Bama.
Okay, so if Ohio State wins or loses this week, that's gonna
Miami. We're getting back in there.
going to Miami.
Yes, sir. Take me to Miami.
All right, let's move it on. We are moving on to some talking hoops.
Yeah, let's talk some hoops. We're in November basketball.
Hey, I'm hitting the mic over here.
Cleveland still undefeated. I know last week I said I was going to fade them. I, in fact, have not done that yet.
I was going to say, don't do that.
I'm about to. Next game, they play the Celtics.
I see
the Celtics are favored. That's what's kind of fucking me. I wanted to take it thinking that Cleveland would be favored, but it's in Boston, so Boston's favored.
I'm pretty sure.
What's the money line on that?
-205.
-205. That's bullshit. See, I can't even fade it and be happy about it because it's
5.5 spread.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's worth it for me to do that. I might put it on the Cavs.
I was
Fuck it.
just about to say you might as well just try to ride the Cavs.
I really wanted
They're
to.
the second team to do it for the streak. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. They're the second team to start 15-0.
Kyle, can you see what the longest streak is to start the NBA season? I'd be curious to see how long it went. My guess would be.
Regardless, I think they're trying to do it.
What's your guess? My guess would be 21 games, 21-0.
I'm going to say 22 games just to one-up you and say it's the Warriors. 22 Warriors. 24
wow.
Warriors.
24.
I know my hoops. That's
Man,
my favorite sport besides football. Okay. It's definitely basketball. I watch a lot of basketball. It's just something I'll throw on and watch. So it's useless knowledge that I got.
Yeah.
But I could see the Cavs getting up there. I don't know if they're gonna get that hot.
Well, they might lose this week, so.
Yeah. I actually have the Celtics. That's gonna be in the games to watch. Let's talk who's hot and who's not with the NBA hoops. We got Boston's 11-3, Golden State's at 10-2. These are hot, by the way. Lakers, I got them hot because they're winning 9-4. Rockets are low key good, 10-4 right now. I don't know who they got, but I'm gonna have to start watching.
They don't have much.
Kyle, you got anybody? You know anybody that's on their squad?
Yeah, they got a bunch of young bulls.
So yeah, we got to start watching these Rockets. They're 10-4. OKC still doing the thing. 11-3.
You liked OKC from the jump, so.
Facts. And they're showing it. Timberwolves are 8-6.
SGH is so good. He's fun to watch. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Facts. Timberwolves are 8-6. I got them hot just because they just beat us in a heartbreaker, a last-second three-pointer shot from Julius Randle. I got the Kings kind of being in it just because D. Fox is playing out of his mind. His last 6 games, bro, listen.
Yeah.
49 points, 60, 29, 24, 21, 31.
Yeah, I bet on him during that 60-point game. I had him for 25, and I was like, holy shit,
yeah,
he
whoa,
cooked.
Whoa. Yeah, he's cooking. So I got the Kings kind of heating up. Let's move to who's not, though.
Who's on the struggle bus?
First guys, I got them. Phoenix Suns.
Your boys.
We're 9-5. We've lost 3 straight.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No KD, but still, we should still.
The record 9-5, not struggling, but losing 3 in a row.
I watch.
Because I'm saying 9-5, the record doesn't show you struggling, but losing 3 in a row, you got to put them there because they don't have KD. Losing 3 in a row.
Yeah, the last time we talked, we were 9-2. They were hot.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're
they
heading in
since we talked.
in a bad direction, but it's because not having KD is a big difference. He's a bucket, so
it's huge. But with the roster that we have right now, and Dunn playing great, being a rook, we should have still won at least one of those games, and we would have won this last one, but we let the Timberwolves come back and a last second 3-pointer. What are you gonna do?
Shit, my bad.
Another not team that is not hot. Let's go with the 76ers. 2-10. They've lost 7 out of 8 games.
They look bad.
So what's up with Embiid? Does he?
He just got back from injury, but I don't know. I don't know what his restrictions are. I don't know if they're doing any minute restrictions or not. But it's concerning. They get Paul George in the offseason. They have Tyrese Maxey. They just got Embiid back.
1-9 in the last.
Yeah,
10
and that's
games.
with getting Embiid back
I know.
3 or 4 games
that
ago.
in there
so
sure.
it's not great for them.
Another bad team, or not bad team, just not looking too good. The Knicks. They won their last 2, so I mean you could kind of say they're heating up, but they were both against Brooklyn. a bad Brooklyn team.
Yeah, and I mean they're sitting at 7-6. They added Karl Anthony Towns in the
They
offseason.
should definitely have a lot more wins.
They were flirting with the Eastern Conference Final last year, and now they're kind of getting a slow start here to start the year.
Hopefully it's a slow start. I got a lot of Knicks fans that are listening.
Yeah, I
Not
think
a lot. We got a couple.
I think Jalen Brunson needs to just start taking over and getting into his bag.
Yeah, facts. Last team that I got for not. Let's go with the Nuggets. 7-5. They've lost their last 2 out of their last 6 games. So 7-5 for the Nuggets.
There's a bunch of teams that were at the top of the playoffs last year that are kind of struggling this year. Nuggets being one of them.
So is it
Sixers being one? Knicks being one of them.
I was going to say, is it because some of these low-key teams like the Rockets are coming up playing good? Golden State. No one thought Golden State was going to be this good.
Yeah, I mean, it's
10-2.
Part of it is, like you said, that Rockets team, just a bunch of young guns playing well.
The Rockets have Fred VanVleet, Steven Adams.
Just a bunch of veterans. So they have a bunch of veterans and then a bunch of young.
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks. Okay, so they got defense too.
Yeah, Van Vliet's a good defender.
Facts.
Adams is a good defender.
They're all good defenders.
Brooks is
so
a good
defender. So they got
defender.
a good defense. That's probably how they're staying in games.
Absolutely.
Then. Okay, something to look out for. Let's go to games to watch this week. So the Emirates Cup, it resumes on Tuesday.
The NBA Cup. We forgot to mention that last week.
Right. So it resumes this Tuesday. We got Cavs at the Celtics.
The very prestigious NBA Cup.
Hey, I think they're playing more because the players like this a lot more because it gives the opportunity for these guys that are making a lot of money to help win and give these guys that don't make a lot of money
get that 12th man, bench player. He's
get him a little check.
Minimum
Facts. So I think that's why you see a lot of competition.
I will say
in this.
Some of the courts are insane.
Yeah, I don't know how you play on
There's
that.
an all I forget.
All
Is it the
purple.
Magic? Yeah, all blue. Somebody had an all blue.
Phoenix plays on all purple.
It's a little much.
It hurts to watch.
It's a little much. I think it's cool what they're trying to do, but just
it hurts to watch.
Tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, for the viewers. I'm not even talking for the players.
Yeah, right. That's
it hurts me watching it, man.
I can't see what's going on.
Nuggets take on the Grizzlies.
We sound like we're getting old.
Facts.
Old man yells at a cloud.
Pelicans at the Mavs. Thunder at the Spurs, Jazz at the Lakers. That's on Tuesday. We got Wednesday, a couple regular season. Knicks at the Suns, Pelicans at the Cavs. Friday, the Cup resumes. Warriors at Pelicans, Mavs at Nuggets, Kings at Clippers.
They count to the regular season record, right? That's what I thought.
Do.
Yeah, it's just, a little in-season tournament.
Yeah, throw a little something in there.
A little incentive for some players.
So it's currently 27-10 for the Monday Night Football game. Texans are up. 12 minutes left in the game.
All right, let's move to some NCAA hoops
let's get it
before we wrap this thing up. We had some upsets this past week. Wisconsin beat number 4 Arizona 103-88.
Wisconsin. So, good day to be a Badger.
There you go. We had number 13 Purdue took down number 2 Bama 87-78. Number 23 Texas A&M, a game that I said to watch.
Yeah.
Took down number 21 Ohio State 78-64, and then
fuck the Buckeyes.
Number 19 Kentucky beat number 6 Duke 77-72. And
you said a great one.
You said to play it, and
neither
of us did. I didn't even look at it because I forgot.
Right, it's tough going against Duke. I'll say that, but there's these games that when you see the matchup, it's just the old college basketball matchup, and if either team's ranked,
you know it's going to be a shootout.
You know it's going to be a tough game.
Right.
It happens every time.
We got some games to watch this week.
What we got?
We got Tuesday, number 13 Purdue goes to number 15 Marquette, both undefeated at 4-0.
Okay.
And then
I like Marquette in that one. I'm going to take Marquette in that one. Purdue...
Honestly, I don't know much about either team at this moment.
I think Marquette still has Shaka Smart at their coach.
Yeah,
and they were hot last year, and I'm pretty sure they got a lot of returning players. So I look for Marquette to make a nice little run this year.
And then we got number 1 Kansas hosting NC Wilmington, and I think Clings said he could see this as an upset.
I could because this is just one of those games. college football or college basketball.
Both of them, college
Right.
football and basketball. I mean,
It's college sports
Yeah.
in general. But this is just one of those games to where I know North Carolina has a lot of schools that have good basketball teams. And I don't know, Kansas comes in there sleeping. They could keep it tight in the first half and then maybe be a shootout. I don't know. I could just see Wilmington giving them a scare. I'm hoping for it clearly because it's the number 1 team.
Right. And then Thursday we have number 22 St. John's hosting number 12 Baylor. And then also Virginia.
I could see an upset there too with St. John's. They're not bad.
I mean, at home, not a
That's
bad
basketball
bet.
school. Baylor
Yeah.
didn't show me anything.
They already had a loss.
In their first like 4 games, I've watched 2 of them. Baylor hasn't shown me anything. They're shooting terrible this year.
And then also on Thursday we have Virginia hosting number 11 Tennessee. I think Tennessee should be all right. In this
Yeah, I
one.
got Tennessee in that one.
Virginia not ranked, but they're same thing with them. They're a basketball school. A lot of times you see them having a good solid team being ranked, but this year not ranked at the moment. Maybe could sneak in there and upset Tennessee at home.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
And then Friday, wrap it up. We got number 9 Arizona hosting number 6 Duke, both with 1 loss on the season.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Duke will bounce back after a tough loss to Kentucky, but a spot where Arizona could hand them another loss.
I picked Arizona in this one, but like you just said, Duke's got to bounce back. I'm only picking Arizona because I hate Duke, but I feel like I've seen this matchup so many times to where Duke always pulls it out. I'd like to get a stat check on Duke and Arizona's freaking rivalry. I want to say Duke owns them.
Probably. Duke has owned a lot of teams.
Right.
Especially during the Coach K era.
Just hoping for that upset. Come on,
Yeah.
Zona.
I mean, Cooper Flagg, like I said last week, he's just a bucket. So
Right.
he's
Cooper Fag.
probably
Whoa.
probably going to be that number 1 pick. As it seems, there's kind of nobody else that, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I think Cooper Flagg is just that good. But
Okay.
fuck Duke. Always fuck Duke.
Facts. So let's go to the AP top 10.
Go ahead. Give it to us.
We got number 1 Kansas 4-0, number 2 Bama 3-1, number 3 UConn 3-0, number 4 Gonzaga 3-0, number 5 Auburn. I like these guys 3-0, number 6 Duke 3-1.
Fuck those guys.
Yep. Number 7 Iowa State 2-0, number 8 Houston 2-1. I don't know how they're still at number 8. Number 9 Arizona 2-1. Should not be there either. Number 10 UNC 2-1. Should not be there either. But I don't mind the Tar Heels, so I hope they kind of sneak up there. I can't wait to see that first matchup between UNC and Duke.
Yeah, that should be a great one.
That's always my
really-
favorite ones to watch.
It is a good one.
Yeah.
So, one thing I wanted to say about the NHL, my Caps, we got Mr. Alex Ovechkin. He is now 29 goals away from history.
Incredible. Someone was comparing, I don't think somebody, I think SportsCenter was comparing him to LeBron.
It's-
And you have to.
It's very similar. I mean,
You
he's
have
played
to.
a very long career. He's now, LeBron took over the most points in NBA history. Ovechkin's looking for the most goals, which is one of those.
Anybody that doesn't know hockey knows Ovechkin.
Well, it's also one of those things where they said it's one of those records that would never be broken, so to speak. And
Right.
he's now 29 goals away, and he averages about 35 goals a year. So maybe even a little more.
When does
Our
he
fact
retire?
guy just walked out to
He's
take the dog out.
Taking Luke.
When does he retire?
Yeah, when does he retire?
He's going to play at least next year because he's going to get this record. He's not stopping until he gets it. That's for sure.
Okay.
So I don't know if he'll be able
He
to get
wants
it
to
this
go out
year.
on
He'll have
top.
to have a hell of a year to get it this year. It's not. It's definitely reachable right now. Like I said, 29 more goals. He just had a hat trick last night, so definitely reachable.
Okay.
If he gets it this year, I don't know. The dude loves hockey. He loves scoring goals.
I see him not retiring. I see him definitely going
He
for the
signed a
record.
5-year deal, I believe, 2 years ago, so he still has a couple more years left. I think he finishes that deal.
He strikes me as the guy that does want the record, but that's not why he's playing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like he's not going to
He
retire.
just loves hockey.
Yeah,
Like I said,
he's not going to retire just because he got the record.
Yeah, I love
He
Ovechkin.
might give one more year after he gets the record.
He's a lot of fun to watch.
Facts.
So we'll finish up with this big play parlay.
The
McCaffrey
big blizzle.
fucking blows. I hate him. That shit sucked.
Yeah.
And Mixon, by the way, if you're watching this game, you know Mixon scored, so we just missed by a leg.
One leg again.
Again.
We're the three-legged bandits.
Yeah. The three-legged bandits.
Hey, that's what they used to
I
call me
lost
in
my
high school. Tripod.
Come on now.
Hey.
All right.
And
so
we're here.
my picks this week are going to be James Conner against the
Let me scribble this in.
Seahawks.
Hold up. James Conner.
And then I'm going to take Nico Collins.
Ooh,
Where
I
are
like
they?
that.
They are playing at home against the Titans. So I got James Conner and Nico Collins.
All right. I originally had Terry McLaurin. I'm switching that up.
Here he goes.
I'm switching it up.
Here
So
he
if
goes.
he does score, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this is the thing that fucks us.
I'm going to play both of them.
Yeah. So, but I'm sorry if this does. First one, David Montgomery at the Colts. Easy score. They're going to score at least 28.
There you go.
So he's going to get at least one of them.
Has to.
But
Tush push season.
yes, 'tis the season. We talked about this earlier. You gave me the light on it. I think the Eagles definitely get down, and Jalen has to score this game.
Yeah.
He didn't score last game.
The goal line merchant himself.
He has to get one this game.
All right,
whether,
so we're gonna...
whether he runs it in, whether he gets his hiney pushed in,
Yeah.
he's getting one. Whether he catches one on a Philly,
Haven't seen it since.
hey, come on.
So we got Nico Collins, James Conner, David Montgomery, and Jalen Hurts. Run that back. We got
Another quarterback, by the way.
Nico Collins, James Conner, David Montgomery, and Jalen Hurts.
I love
Let's
them quarterbacks.
win some money.
Come on, we got to hit one.
We need a big play parlay.
Just one.
Again, we have hit one, but it was only because Travis Etienne was out, so we got 3 out of 4.
That don't count.
I know. We need all
We're
4.
not happy
It
with
needs to be
that.
all 4
Facts.
to get them odds.
We're
we're
not
looking for.
satisfied.
So we're going to win this week, and we will come back at you guys next week. As always, be kind, spread love. We'll see y'all next week.
We out here.